I think most businesses are wasting their best videos, not because the videos aren't good, not because they don't have enough expertise, but because they stop thinking about them the moment they are exported. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes businesses are making today. Because if you are recording podcasts, founder videos, interviews, or any kind of long form content, there's a good chance you have already created far more value than you are actually using. So I would like to show you why I believe that, because once you see it, you will never look at a recording the same way again. One of the most common things I hear from businesses: we don't know what to post anymore, or we should probably record another video. Every time I hear that, I ask myself the same question: have you really finished using the last one? Because most businesses think a recording ends when the video is published. I don't. I think that's where it starts. Imagine spending months building a house, planning it, designing it, investing in every detail, finally finishing it, and then deciding to live in just one room. The problem wasn't the house, it was how much of it you decided to use. To me, that's exactly what many businesses do with video. They invest time, money, and expertise, only to use a teeny fraction of what they have already created. A few years ago, I joined a company as their first videographer. Video was something completely new for them. We worked in a hybrid model. Some days I was filming, other days I worked from home, editing everything we recorded. I still remember one particular editing day. I opened the project, first thing in the morning. Coffee beside me, the timeline in front of me. I already knew what kind of day it was going to be. Watching footage, testing different structures, trying ideas, rejecting them, going back, moving cuts by just a few frames, looking for the strongest way to tell the story, hour after hour. When the evening arrived, I finally felt I had something I was genuinely proud of. Then my phone rang. Someone asked me what I actually did on the days I worked from home. I remember smiling, not because it was a bad question. Actually, it was a completely understandable one. Because in that person's mind, the filming had already happened, the footage already existed. So editing probably meant putting the clips together, adding a few transitions, exporting the video, and moving on. And honestly, before I became an editor, I probably would have thought exactly the same. After spending an entire day inside that project, I knew the reality couldn't have been more different. Professional editing isn't assembling clips, it's making decisions. Hundreds of them. Sometimes thousands. Removing scenes because they weaken the story, changing the structure, moving a cut by 2 frames because it completely changes how a moment feels. And through every one of those decisions, I kept asking myself the same question: what do I want people to think, feel, and remember after they've watched this? That evening, I realized something. People only saw the finished video. I saw hundreds of decisions that nobody else would ever notice. Years later, I realized businesses often make exactly the same mistake. They judge the value of a recording by the video they publish. I judged it by everything that recording can still become. Imagine 2 professionals receiving exactly the same footage. The first asks, where do you want the cut? The second asks, what do you want people to think, to feel, and remember? Neither question is wrong. They are simply solving different problems. If you all need is someone to assemble footage, deliver a video, and move on, an editor is exactly the right choice. But if your goal is to build authority, earn trust, turn your expertise into something people remember, and make one recording continue creating value long after it's published, you are solving a different problem. That's why I never think about one recording as one deliverable. I think about everything it could become. One conversation can become a YouTube episode, short videos, content for your website, sales conversations, future campaigns, a library of expertise that keeps working for your business long after the cameras stop recording. The camera captures expertise. Strategy multiplies its value. The recording isn't a product, it's the raw material. The real asset is everything it continues creating afterwards. So today, I think businesses are asking the wrong question. Instead of asking, who should edit this? I think they should ask, how much value is still hidden inside the recording? Because editing finishes the video. Understanding people is what makes it valuable. If this way of thinking resonates with you, there's a link in the description to our How We Work page at Digivate. Take a look and see whether our approach fits the way you want your business to communicate. If it does, there's a short form at the bottom where you can tell us more about your business. We will take it from there.